Hey there, welcome back to The Surge. We are immediately jumping into inventory management, everybody's favorite. We're gonna test out this cool hammer that we picked up. Spoilers, it's pretty good at beating stuff up.
I needed to return to Ops. I got banged up pretty good out there. Finally met up with some other survivors, and bizarrely, they weren't trying to rip my head off. No one knows what's going on, just lots of theories. From a mainframe error to a hostile R&D takeover to a failed neural upgrade meant to increase productivity. It's all pretty wild. I don't see any reason to it. Maybe the machinery finally got fed up with being subservient. Who the hell knows?
Good question, Mallory, good question. It's nice to know that she's still out there. And it's also pretty interesting to consider that she's only a couple steps ahead of us, which means that wherever Mallory is, she is currently heading towards the executive forum as well. So, who knows? Maybe soon we'll run into her. Near the middle of the last episode, I explained that we had gotten all of the shining coins, and we need to find something to do with them. So, while this assembly line continues to assemble, we'll just head on over to the entrance to R&D and see if there's anything interesting over there. You may recall that a certain vending machine cult has taken up residence over there, and who knows? Maybe Warren's hungry for a snack. I certainly could go for a bag of pretzels right about now. I don't know about you. We're nearing the midpoint. Game's about halfway over, give or take, and things are starting to ramp up a little bit. I find it interesting how this game does start doling out the plot. It's relatively simple, I would say. This game treats its plot a lot more simple than the actual plot is, which I think is kind of a detriment. But at this point, I think you can kind of see the story starting to shape up. Now, it was kind of unfortunate timing that the last episode cut out when it did. It's just kind of how I had to split it up because it didn't, the timing was just weird on how long this area goes on for. So I didn't really have time to talk about how it's kind of strange that Sally is being so evasive all of a sudden about Project Resolve, about the management, about the executive forum. Considering what we know about how Sally has been bringing in other people, like Mallory, to go to the executive forum to look for help, it makes me wonder if she has some kind of ulterior motive, you know? Not that I don't trust her. We don't really have any reason not to trust her so far. It's just that, she's starting to act a little bit weird. But to be fair, I guess if you were cooped up in the executive forum during The Surge, you also probably would be in a little bit of low spirits. I don't know. I just find it interesting how she knows all about Dr. Chavez, despite not really having anything to do with that whole business. Maybe next time we talk to her, we'll ask for some answers. Because boy, we sure are kind of low in the answers department right about now, aren't we? So the hammer weapon we're using here is pretty much a straight upgrade to the chainsaw sword of yore that we were using at the start of the game. What's interesting is that there are some weapons that are straight upgrades to others. The axe to the hammer being one of the first and foremost. I don't know. I just find it kind of weird and interesting. But all right, here we are. Time to get ourselves a well-deserved soda. I'd like a Dr. Pepper, please. Well, you're not a Dr. Pepper. Oh my. It's Iron Mouse. And I can wear him. Well, Warren, today is your lucky day, because we have just picked up a full set of Iron Mouse gear. So now, if and when we really feel like it, we can dress up like Iron Mouse. Now, I know what you're thinking. C. Jacobs, why didn't you put that outfit on right now, and why aren't you going to wear it for the rest of the game? I'm 100% positive that that's what you're thinking, actually. But don't worry, there is a prime time for us to wear the Iron Mouse outfit, and we're gonna save it. I think I might try it on briefly, just to show it off before then. I don't remember. But don't you worry. Picking up that Iron Mouse outfit is going to pay off. The Iron Mouse outfit is actually surprisingly useful, except for in this area. This is the first available time where you can obtain the Iron Mouse outfit, because you need all 5 golden coins in order to unlock the vending machine. But it's actually pretty bad for this area, because it has literally zero elemental defense. So it's really, really bad against these flamethrower guys and the gas grenade guys. So now's a bad time to put it on anyway. You might have noticed, by the way, that I didn't go to the ops center and refill all of my health injectors. You know, it's funny. I can't recall if I did that on purpose or not. I actually don't think I did. I think I might have done it on accident, and then by the time I realized I had no health injectors, it was a little bit too late. But there's a refill station up here soon, so I just have to, I just gotta survive until then. So good luck with that, Warren. Enjoy. Interesting thing about that, using the ops station to refill your health injectors is not what respawns all of the enemies. It's actually using either the health station or the crafting station, which is interesting. Because what that means you can do is you can use the crafting station to respawn all of the enemies without using the health station, which resets your tech scrap multiplier. So you can respawn all of the enemies and kill them all again to get your multiplier up even higher. And that is one way to get a ton of scrap. Like, as you can see, I'm running around with 30,000, which is a normal thing for normal people to do. We're kind of taking the long way around these enemies. Hello there, Ferguson. We're kind of taking the long way around these enemies because I don't quite feel comfortable messing with them right about now. Not with the current state of my health. Oh, that was it on the left. That was the health station on the left. Do I really not use it? No way. I haven't actually watched this footage since I recorded it. There's no way that I go through this with like no health. Am I really that stupid? I guess we're gonna find out together, because oh boy, this is a sticky situation. There's flamethrower guys on both sides and a guy with a hammer. Oh god. Hey, saved by the emergency refill. I guess I get to live another day. The reason that I'm being so risky here is because I can afford to be risky, you see. Because I have a lot of health injectors that I'm carrying around, and because of the Scarab gear, I have pretty high health. So this is kind of the Surge's, like, method of tanking. I have mentioned a couple times now that tanking in this game does not really work. Like you can't really tank hits because like any hit will stumble you. So you have to supplement that by increasing your health instead.
You've got to knock it off. I told you last time they're watching everything we do here. Stupid stuff like that may be amusing to you, but I worked hard to get my position, and I don't want to lose it over some co-worker's attempt to kill.
I don't know what that log is in reference to. I am not really sure. It might be referring to what the factory workers did to Ferguson, maybe? I'm not sure. So when the game likes to do this. The game likes to pair the flamethrower guys and the grenade guys together, which makes a very dangerous combination because the flamethrower guys can ignite the gas, which will just cause this massive explosion of fire everywhere, which does hurt them. It will hurt them, but the problem is that it also hurts you. So you kind of got to be a little bit careful, shall we say. Interesting though, as of the DLC though, we can actually use that to our advantage because the flare launcher also can ignite the gas. This robot is having trouble. This robot has become half of a land shark. Oh no. In case you were wondering, yes, it is possible to mess up that jump and fall into the pit. Go ahead, ask me how I know. You know, I say that, but it's never actually happened to me. It's definitely possible, though, let me tell you. So, this is the way that I play the Surge. And this is probably not the way that you're supposed to play the Surge, but this is the way that I play when I'm just playing it by myself. I spend a lot of time away from the Ops Center, and then level up a whole hell of a lot at once. And, it makes for very rewarding gameplay. The audio for this log didn't play for some reason. I'm not sure why. Sorry.
Not the best time for a walk, is it? Hey, we've met before, right?
Well, hello, Irina.
I was joking, you know. I mean, how could I forget my white knight?
Okay, just had to make sure that guy was going away.
Well, you survived. That's better than most.
Oh, I can deal with a couple of psychos, but I have to thank you. You really helped me out there.
So, do you have a plan, or are you just wandering around?
I haven't really thought it through. I just can't sit around doing nothing. I don't know about this blackout, but in that moment, I could feel them dying. Hundreds of them, screaming down the wire. I can't shake it. Like echoes in my skull. Like there's this voice inside of me. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but... all those people. There has to be a reason why we're still here. Don't you think it's our duty to stand up and do something? Anything.
I need to go. See you around.
Try not to get yourself killed.
Yeah, same to you, Irina. I think you and Davey might want to have a powwow since you seem to be in the same boat with regards to hearing voices in your head and all that stuff. That's not healthy. That is very much not healthy. Sneak attack. What's interesting about these flamethrower guys is that they're not really like so the flamethrower guys are not nearly as dangerous as the gas grenade guys. Like, you'd think that being set on fire would hurt you a lot more than it does in this game. Like, I guess if you stand in the flames, it'll take care of you pretty quick. But the flamethrower guys don't have like a melee attack, they just have like a weak little kick. So like, despite looking way more dangerous, they're actually nowhere near that bad. And hey, if you were wondering how Warren is able to take his jumpsuit off and go to the bathroom and stuff, well, the game's about to throw you another curveball, because we've unlocked another suit entirely. Figure that one out.
Hello, my friend. Missed me?
Hey, Joe.
I'm in need of your help again. Or rather, some of your tech scrap. I'll put it to good use. Promise.
You're needing a lot of tech scrap. What did you say you were using it for?
I didn't. I don't have the words. Maybe one day. Understand, my friend. I have a score to settle. Something I have to do. Because somebody has to care.
I see.
You doing all right in there?
Still alive, if that counts. The dead will never know how it feels to be left behind. Left alone. But I've still got a job to do. And with your help, maybe, just maybe,
I just hope I won't regret that.
you're doing the right thing. Trust me.
See you then.
You will. Be safe, my friend.
Man, it seems like everybody's getting stressed out. These are stressful times, I suppose. So I guess I don't blame them. But boy, all of these people seem to be cracking just a little bit under the pressure. I don't feel like going that way yet, so maybe let's explore over here first, because I would like to go back to the ops center and dump off my 44,000 scrap. That would be nice. And hey, just like that, say hello to one of the biggest shortcuts in the game. We have now gone in a complete, full circle. And look at that hovering box. Hell yeah. I think it's kind of cool that after all of this time, we have made a 100% complete circuit back to where we started. It's really neat how well that lines up. And they don't fudge it either. They don't fudge the distance any, which is really, really cool. That's something that's probably that's something that was probably very hard to do. All right. I think it's time that we go on a leveling spree. Because you see, we have unlocked another suit. So somehow, I don't know how, but somehow Warren is going to get his rig removed and get a whole new one put on. Check that out. The Creo XO2 prototype rig is now ours, which means a whole new suite of implant slots. Leveling up is getting a little bit expensive, but that's okay. Pretty soon we'll have more than enough tech scrap to go around. And now it's time for everybody's favorite part of this Let's Play. The part where I dick around with my inventory trying to figure out how I want to play this game in a way that's entertaining for you and also not excruciating for me. Because, as you might have noticed, my inventory is getting a little bit full of all of these superfluous implants that I'm probably never going to wear. I honestly don't remember what I decide on at this point. Because, like, it's hard. It honestly, it's like I said, there are so many ways to play this game, so many, like, niche gimmick ways to play, that I had a pretty hard time deciding how exactly I wanted to show off as much as I could what this game is about, you know? And so here I sit on my gigantic throne of implants, trying to figure out which ones will be best served for the upcoming boss fight at the end of this area. It's nice though, it really is. I really think it's cool just how much equipment is in this game. There's so much. There's so many different ways to play and to customize how you play the game versus how other people might, even with the same play style, you know. There's different weapons that have all these different damage types. It's just full of possibilities, you know. That's one thing that I think people undervalue a lot in games, especially these days, is the possibility to make your own fun. Like, yes, you could play the Surge exactly how I'm playing it right now, with 1,000 million health, a bunch of health injectors, and really heavily upgraded armor that'll allow you to tank 1 billion hits. As best as you can tank in this game. Like, you can play the whole damn game like that. Or, you can gimp yourself a little bit in exchange for being able to play pretty much however the hell you want. It's great. It's really cool that it supports pretty much any way you might want to play it. This one goes out to anybody who's ever been fired from working on an assembly line. Because guess what? We're about to fight an assembly line. If you... I pointed at my computer monitor. If you have ever been at a job and been fired for becoming obsolete, congratulations. This boss fight is appropriate revenge. Because this is Big Sister 1 out of 3, or 1/3. I don't know how you're intended to pronounce it. But this is the first stage of rocket production for the Project Resolve rockets. And I don't know why it's hostile. I'm not sure why it's trying to fight us, but it wants to fight, so we're gonna do it. I really like this boss. This boss is very cool and very creative. Also, something I like about the area this fight takes place in is that if you look up, you can see that it's like still nice and bright and clear outside. Because that's something that fools people pretty easily, that I really think is kind of cool about this game, is that it's, you know, it's all dark and like it's all dark and foggy and industrial inside the facility, but as soon as you step outside, it's not like it's nighttime or anything. It's just really dark in here, and everything's lit with like industrial lighting. It's really cool. I think that really adds to the atmosphere. Surprise! This is a 2-stage boss fight. Now we get to fight the rest of the assembly line. I really like how everything on the assembly line is branded with the Creo logo. Feels very corporate. So these burners suck. These things have utterly broken hitboxes. Like, and they are so hard to deal damage to, because like the lock-on point for them, as you might notice, is like way high up. So like Warren will swing up. Like he won't swing forward, he swings up, and that makes it very hard to hit them because you'll just sail right by him. But that's not our prime target. Our prime target is the robot itself, which leads to this like really cool static camera angle that I really like. It's really neat. I really like fights in video games that are like you versus a multi-stage robot kind of thing. Ever since top-down shoot-'em-up games like 1942 and all that stuff, like where they have giant planes where you shoot parts off of them and then the fight changes. Like, I've always liked that kind of boss fight, and boy, this fight certainly taps into that. I just really like this camera angle thing. It's so cool. I wish the game had done more like this, because this is such a unique boss fight. I like it a lot. It's tough, too. It hits hard. It puts up a pretty good fight. But in a battle of man versus machine, until they come up with the whole gray goo thing here at Creo, I have a feeling that man is going to come out on top. The special kill for Big Sister, by the way, is leaving 2 or more of the burners alive. And leaving the burners alive means that they can continue to attack you during the boss fight, which makes it significantly harder, but it's absolutely worth it, because the weapon we got, the Spitfire Rod, is definitely one of the better weapons in this game. It's got a really cool moveset. I think I use it later, so we'll probably be seeing it. And if not, you can watch my world record speedrun of this game, because I used the Spitfire Rod for it. So alright, through the maintenance shaft we go, to the executive forum, so we can finally get some answers. Huzzah! Okay. To research and development, where we'll finally get some answers. Hello? Okay, well this is not where Sally said we would end up, but to be fair, I don't think she really counted on the floor collapsing directly out from underneath us. So, I mean, I guess there's no foul on her part for this one.
Trespasser detected. Defense mechanism activated.
Oh my.
Nicky used to say I took his breath away. Guess it wasn't.
Get inside, Warren.
Attention. A word of advice, my friend. Keep your hands off my stuff.
Oh my. Seems Joe is not so innocent. Huh.
I finally found them. Stared into their trembling faces. There was no guilt there. No regret. I never felt so much hate. All I could see was your face. Still, lifeless. And it had always been so full of love and laughter. I'm doing this for you, Mickey. I love you. And they won't get away with it. Hey, if there's no justice, we have to make our own, right? Only Hobbs is left now, hiding in Ops. He's a coward, like the rest, but it won't save him.
Huh. I guess there's more to Hobbs than meets the eye. Well, Joe, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna take that weapon for now, because we don't want you to do anything rash. Not before I hear all of the sides of the story, so next time we see Hobbs, we'll make sure to have a word with him.
Hello? Can you hear me? It's me, Largo. Listen, I got new information from the black box you found. You gotta come on back to Creo World. There's another entrance right around the corner from you. You can't miss it. We'll, figure things out when you're here.
Sounds good to me, Largo. I guess we're not heading to the executive forum after all. But it sounds like we are gonna get those answers. So let's head back to Creo World for another fun day at the amusement park. See you next time.